Epilepsy warning for today's video. I'm really excited to be sharing Atari's latest game. This will be available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch, Steam, and the Atari VCS. And this is Akka Arrh. This is a remake based on the original Atari arcade prototype that was never publicly released. And this is done by Jeff Minter, and if you're familiar with Jeff Minter's games, it's got his definite artwork and vibe going on here. Essentially, you are a turret called the Sentinel, and you're defending wave after wave of enemies. There's two different play fields. You can zoom in. There's some interesting aspects of this game. I like it, and overall I think they did a good job of bringing an unreleased prototype arcade game to the next level. And I'm gonna actually the prototype arcade game you can play on Atari 50. I'm gonna show that at the end of this video. But yeah, this is the gameplay, and for people that aren't familiar with this game, it's kind of confusing setup, and I'm going to show you how to better enjoy this game in a little bit later on in the video. But you're going around and you're trying to get a chain reaction with bombs. You actually have two action buttons, but they combined them into one action button by default. I think that is a mistake, and definitely you want to separate those. You're gonna do better, and as you know, I'll show you a little bit later about that. But yeah, so it's kind of a combination between Star Castle, Missile Command, and Tempest. And it's like if those three arcade games had a baby, you would get this game. And it's pretty exhilarating. It's definitely trippy, definitely classic Jeff Minter. But wow, there's a lot going on here. And if you're not familiar with his work or this arcade game, you're going to be a little confused on what's going on. So you're really trying to get chain reactions of enemies by throwing out bombs, and you're using your other action button to take out enemies that only can be taken out by that. So you're essentially defending pods, and you get bonuses for how many you save. You can only take so many hits, and as the enemy gets closer, you then will switch to a playing field to take out enemies at a closer range. And so there's a lot going on in this game, and it can be kind of confusing. So definitely playing it a little bit is you're going to get more acclimated to what's going on. There's tons of messages being thrown on the screen. There's trippy graphics and psychedelic colors. You can tone that down a bit in an options setting at the start of the game for those that want to have that subdued. Here's the second play field, and I'll show a little bit more of that later. But yeah, so you have two action buttons, but unfortunately they combine them into one. And so for people just being introduced to this game, that can be a little confusing on like what's going on. And so definitely for those who are familiar with this game or played the arcade prototype, which is on the Atari 50 collection, really cool that they included that there. I wish they included the arcade original here with a little bit of the backstory. But, okay. This is a $20 game, and it is going to be, I think, on physical through limited run games at a later date. So for those that are physical collectors, I know you're watching, you can go that route. For other people, digital tomorrow, the 21st, it'll be available, and $20. And kind of nice that they're still supporting the VCS. So this is the first release, I do believe, this year for the Atari VCS. So this is continuing their promise of supporting their console. So that's that. And definitely just want to show just some trippy levels. After like wave 6, it gets pretty crazy. So here's the option setting, and you want to definitely change it to having two action buttons. You're going to be a lot more successful there that way. And I definitely think that you're going to enjoy this game more by separating the action buttons. But I do like this game. I'm a big fan of Jeff Minter games. He's been, doing them for several years, going back, 40 plus years. Jeff Minter's been doing computer and arcade games, Tempest 2000 probably being one of my favorite. And, but this is a definite Jeff Minter classic. I think if you're a fan of his work, you're going to like this. For other people, it might be too much to take in. It's visually kind of overstimulating. But yeah, I think there's a lot to enjoy here. Now, as you can see here, by separating the action buttons, I found this game to be a lot more enjoyable. And so definitely in the option setting, I would recommend doing that, as I think you're going to appreciate this game more. As there's just a lot going on here, so having your action limited to, simplified to one button, I don't know, I wish they wouldn't have done that. But, okay. You can go in the options settings and change that. But yeah, there's just a ton of extras in this game, lots of bonuses, and figuring it out with the cool music and trippy visuals. I found myself enjoying this game quite a bit. I think the price point's right. I wish that the original arcade game was included. I've said that with several other Atari games, but just to kind of give the backstory to it. I think it's important to know the backstory of this unreleased arcade game remake to fully appreciate this game. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this, and I have enjoyed this game overall. And for Atari fans, I think you're gonna love this. And it's really nice to see Atari continuing to release. Here's Atari 50, the Anniversary Collection. You can play the original unreleased arcade game, and it's really cool that at least it's there. The Atari 50 collection's amazing. I covered it on my channel. And here is the original arcade for those that aren't familiar with it. And for also control options on the PlayStation 4 and 5, it does include options to use the touch screen on the control pad. And that's cool. Spinner control, it definitely is probably an option for people playing Steam. And so having that is definitely like the arcade. So it is definitely some control options for different platforms. And especially the Atari VCS with that spinner controller. I could see people really appreciating that option playing this game. So yes, the original arcade is pretty intense too. And there you go. So what do you think of this game? Are you going to be picking this up? I want to thank everybody for coming to this channel. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you like this, I cover everything from Atari to Xbox and a whole lot more. Check out my other channels. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe button and click the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you have a good day.